Hello, welcome to the Rangers Journal. My name is Kai Watson, and today we're going to talk about the weekend Rangers. So, since the last video, Rangers have played twice, picked up 6 points, scored 5 goals, and conceded one, and managed to close the gap on Celtic. Due to the fact that last Saturday Celtic played Aberdeen, Aberdeen managed to sneak a draw after what was a terrible first half performance from them. They managed to claw it back in the second half, scored a really brilliant goal from Bojan Miovski, and had a great chance with Graham Shinnie to actually take off 3 points. Unfortunately, they couldn't manage that, but again, still, Celtic dropping points put massive pressure on Rangers on Saturday afternoon, the home game against Livingston. But Rangers come out straight away, a really, really dominant performance that Livy managed to get a series, managed to record zero shots on target, zero corners, and offered absolutely nothing going forward. Rangers were relentless like they have been recently, it was just attack upon attack. Really impressive performance. It was nice to see Matondo get his goal. Obviously, Fabio Silva got his first goal for the club as well. Todd Cantwell continued his brilliant goal scoring form. That performance was pretty much as easy as it come. There's not really too much to say. There was some really nice football played. Probably could have got a few more goals, but it was nice to see Oscar Cortez get some game time. Looks like he could be quite a promising player. Like I said, it was a really, really easy victory, really comfortable for Rangers. Some nice football on show, some decent goals as well. And just it was really nice to see Rangers actually not crumble under the pressure of being able to catch up with Celtic. So it was nice that as soon as they dropped points, that Rangers kind of carried on, kept playing the way they've been playing, didn't bother about the pressure that was on it, and just went out and strolled to a 3-0 victory. Then it came to Tuesday night, which to say the least was a kind of much more complicated game. Rangers were brilliant in the first half. Like again, it was relentless, constant pressure from the first minute. And you see even the intensity from the performance just through the Rabbi Matondo goal. It's Matondo that nicks in and inside the Aberdeen half. He gets the ball, it's played out wide, some really nice link up play. McCausland has a decent shot, which Kildress is probably annoyed at himself that he's not done better. But again, Devlin's waiting for the ball to come to him, and Rabbi Matondo just sprints in at speed, puts the ball in the back of the net, and makes it 1-0. Then, unfortunately, Rangers concede a goal that have conceded at least 2 or 3 times against Aberdeen. It's not even a hopeful ball over the top. The ball's just hooked back over. Miovski's running through. He managed to hold off Goldson, who gets himself pretty tangled. He's not in a great position. It's poor defending, but you also look at it from the striker's point of view. It's brilliant play from Miovski. Managed to hold him off, and it's a great finish. He just lifts it over Butland as he comes through. Before that, though, Rangers had been excellent. It was potentially the best first half performance that personally I think I've seen all season. Just attack upon attack. Aberdeen couldn't get the ball at the park. They couldn't get any passes to stick to Miovski. It was just as soon as they got the ball, they were lumping it up, and obviously apart from the goal, Suter and Goldson were cleaning it up. But it was just attack upon attack. A couple of half chances for Dessers. With the constant pressure, got in some really good positions, but there's not really many clear cut chances, which obviously has been an issue recently. We managed to get the goal, but we should have been at least two up. It's just there's not enough clear cut chances being created. There's pressure and there's possession, but there's no or not enough quality going through into the final third, and even the half chances were not taken. So it's you can't really rely on half chances all the time, or like in the sake of this game, getting the rebound for the goal. Like in the end, it's great play from Matondo. He's the one that wins the ball back at first. He's the one that reacts first. Like personally, for him, it's a really good goal, but we can't be relying on chances like that. We need to be able to create higher quality chances, get our strikers through. Obviously, playing domestically is a bit harder to kind of break away against teams in the SPFL because obviously they're going to sit back and just invite the pressure. So obviously it's harder to create those clear cut chances, but we still need to have players that have the quality to do that. What I did like to see was the likes of Suter was doing it quite a lot. Tom Lawrence and Cantwell was firing those passes through the lines. Was making a lot of space from the players instead of sideways passes just to keep the ball. Firing those passes through the lines to players like Lawrence, like Cantwell that can get the ball in the half turn and drive forward. It was really nice to see. It's something that we've not seen a lot of recently, and it's good to see that we're kind of looking at that as an option instead of always going long. Obviously, Kilmarnock prefers the direct approach of getting in behind the fullbacks and behind the centre halves, which has worked for us recently. But it's nice to see some of the stuff actually on the deck. Some really nice link-up play, particularly Lawrence and Cantwell seem to have a really good understanding. I've always thought recently as well that Cantwell plays really well with McCausland. They play nice one-touch stuff together, help each other make space, and then one of them will drive, one of them will drop off. and kind of always showing. So I think they link up really well. But I think the link up I was impressed most with was probably Lawrence and Cantwell, especially considering they've probably not played a lot together. They're getting those two in the side, having Lawrence in that deeper position. I actually thought he did a very good game. He was always available for the ball. Like when he sits deep, he doesn't just ping the passes the same way Lundstrom does. When there is space, he'll drive forward every time, and he likes those quick 1-2s, getting players in space, making space for himself. And obviously loves trying to get a shot away, which in the second half kind of led to the second goal. It was Lawrence's shot. But again, Roos maybe does a bit better with this one, but he's probably going to be disappointed. And again, it's the Rangers player in Todd Campbell that reacts first to get the goal that eventually won us the game. Some other things that really impressed me from that performance was how much the game changed when Cortez and Silva came off. I think quite a few fans were surprised that it wasn't McCausland that made way for Cortez and it was Matondo instead. But Cortez looks a really sharp player, really good with the ball at his feet. He's positive. You can see his movement. He doesn't just stick to the line. He was drifting in the centre, drifting out to the right. He's always looking to create space. He's looking to play the ball into space. He looks like a very intelligent footballer, and some of the footwork we've seen at the end of the game on the sideline was very exciting. It'll be nice to see him in a game that's maybe a bit more open. He's got a bit more space to run. Obviously, he's not in the European squad, so there's a chance we won't see many games like that. But it'll be nice to see him kind of play more minutes, maybe get him in from the start, and just see him driving at defenders and see what he can do. Because a couple of times he managed to beat the man, get the ball in the box. It will just be nice to see him over a more prolonged period of time and see what he's truly capable of. Someone I do really like though is Fabio Silva. Like he's the way he controls the ball, the way he positions himself, the way he helps create space for himself and others. He's a very, very intelligent footballer. Technically, he's a very gifted footballer as well. Like his first touch, he's controlling tight spaces. Again, there was a period he was in the corner flag. He's managed to wriggle away through like three Aberdeen players and get the ball into the box. Like technically, the boy's very gifted. He has it all. He's maybe not the poacher that we need, but his overall game is fantastic. He holds up the ball well. He's strong. He's quick. He presses all the time. He harasses the defenders. That's again one of the most impressive things. Like you take away the technical ability. Like he puts in the graft, he puts in 100% every time. He's always closing down the defenders. He's always nicking in and picking up loose balls. Thought it was a very impressive overall performance. And I think he was very unlucky. The chance he actually creates for himself, he's driving forward. Aberdeen defenders think he's going to try and whip it in his right foot. He takes on to his left and he drags it just wide. Like the initial play is brilliant. Obviously, the end product's not quite there. But I think that's something that might come with him getting a wee bit more match fitness. He obviously didn't play a lot for Wolves, so he's not really played much since the end of last season. So I think the sharper he gets and the more he plays, he's looking like a really promising signing so far. A couple of players actually that really impressed me during the game was both John Souttar and John Lundstrom. I think Lundstrom's obviously been tremendous since Clement came in, potentially the most consistent player. The level of performance has definitely kind of stepped up since Clement came in, especially like we look at the European run and how important it was to the team, that energy brought, the quality of pass, and I think he's kind of providing that again. You've seen it, I think it was, if it wasn't 90th minute, it was close to the 90th minute, he got the ball in the left wing, took us forward, it was really good game management, and just shows the kind of stamina that he has, it shows the ability he has, the engine, and I think he's genuinely potentially been the best player since Clement came in. John Souttar as well, he does have that mistake in him, which I think clouds fans' judgments. Like I thought he was excellent in the St Mirren game, but all people remember from that game is obviously the knockdown he puts to Kwon, who kind of flashes it over, which obviously could have been a pivotal moment. If he cuts out those small mistakes, he's a superb player. He's brilliant at passing the ball through the lines. His long passing's great. He drives forward with the ball so many times. He broke beyond the halfway line, drives the team forward. And obviously, when he drives forward from there, it means a midfielder has to come out and it leaves one of our midfielders in space. It's just having that ability to drive forward, pass forward, fire the ball through the lines. I think going forward, like he's a brilliant asset, especially for a centre half. And when it comes to the back, like he'll put his head anywhere, always puts his body on the line. He's made so many crucial blocks in his time at Rangers. So if he can cut out the mistakes, I think John Souttar's a huge asset and one of the best centre backs at the club, definitely. So that leads us on to Todd Cantwell. Obviously, I think many fans seen him getting dragged off against Limassol as not so much the end of his Rangers career, but it was maybe a massive sign that Clement didn't fancy what he was kind of bringing to the team. But that's obviously changed now. Clement sees him as the number 10, definitely as the first choice. He scored 5 goals in the last 7 league games. He's been crucial to everything Rangers do. Like when he's on form, he's such a talented player. He can take the ball in tight spaces, drive forward. He keeps the ball well. He keeps the ball moving. Keeps us trying to get forward. He can drive forward on his own. He can hold the ball and let others make the runs. He's a very talented footballer, and he puts the graft in defensively as well. So it's great to see him finally hitting that form that we seen at the end of last season. And that kind of brings us to last night. Obviously, Rangers had put the pressure on Celtic, hadn't quite managed to go top, with only winning by the 1 goal against Aberdeen. But the pressure was still on Celtic to keep that 3 point gap. They obviously managed to win the game last night. 2 penalties, one of them being at injury time. So that's kind of all that matters. There's no point discussing that any further. At the end of the day, the game's won. They're again 3 points ahead, but it gives Rangers a massive opportunity if we obviously get through the game at the weekend, get through the next round. So hopefully we can put Scott Brown in his place, make him not enjoy his return to Ibrox, get through the cup, and then full focus goes to the Ross County game. Obviously, potentially unfortunately for us, that Derek Adams has been sacked, which honestly must be one of the most hilarious appointments that there's ever been in Scottish football. How can you come in, slate the quality, and then show that you're not good enough to manage a team to kind of get results, especially ending in a 5-0 hammering against a Motherwell team that's been struggling compared to the levels they got to last season? This means, obviously, depending on what they do with their managerial situation, we could potentially be playing 2 league games in a row against clubs with new managers. You obviously can expect that new manager bounce, but with you'd imagine the Ross County players' confidence are at rock bottom. Hopefully, Rangers can go out, get the win. I mean, the most important thing is the 3 points. You don't bother about the goal difference right now. It's all about getting back level, putting the pressure on them. So hopefully, come Tuesday night, we go and get the victory, get the 3 points, and if we can get the goals there, if we can score the goals to get to the top of the league, obviously that would be excellent. But that's pretty much all for now. That's my thoughts on the last week in Rangers. Would love to see what you've thought of the last 2 performances and how you're looking forward to the game at the weekend and then also the Ross County game. Again, if you like the content, it's going to be consistent. It's going to be at least one video a week. I'm actually working on something else for tomorrow, something else that's a bit different from the first 2 videos. So if you're interested in that, if you enjoyed the content so far, please like and subscribe and have a brilliant day.